A very good morning and welcome to Newsline. We're coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Of course, your usual host for our Darshaka is out for the day. I'm Sharlan and I will be sitting in. Today is a very special day, especially for Hindu devotees. They're celebrating the festival of Thai Pongal, and from the outset of the program, let me wish all the Hindu devotees out there a very, very happy Thai Pongal. And with the advent of this very special festival today, the 15th of January, we've decided to take a bit of a step back from the usual political setup here at Newsline and focus more on the speciality of today, the Thai Pongal festival. And thus, I will be introducing our guest right now. He is Darshaka Sharma. He is the Vice Secretary of the Sri Lanka Hindu Priests Association. Very good morning, Darshaka Sharma, and welcome to the show. So, today is Thai Pongal. Can you give us a little bit of an introduction about this festival?
Yes, first of all, I'll wish you all happy Thai Pongal and may God bless you all. Especially the Thai Pongal festival is followed by the Hindus all over the world. So on this day we give gratitudes for the nature, especially the water, the sun, the sky and all. So in this day all over the Hindus, according to the traditions and to the races differences, they worship gods onto the day.
So speaking a little bit about the history of the Thai Pongal festival, how did this festival come into being?
Like according to our Hindu historical evidence, the Thai Pongal festival was started on the ancestors' days. So we can't say exact date it got started and there's no days. From the ancient days, we are following the traditions. Like the Thai Pongal was based on harvesting and agriculture. So people wherever they did this process, they give their thanks to God. And the ancient days we can get the reference from even though in Sri Lankan history, most of the king's period, there are very big occasions was celebrated for the harvesting people. On this day, especially the cattle and the farmers are kept on the honorable place because we get rice and other needs.
We are fed by the farmers,
and the cattle are helpful to the farmers those days. Exactly. Those days we don't have the machineries, the tractors and all. So mostly the cattle, the cows and they were bulls and used to the harvesting. So this festival have divided into the 4 days mostly. So as a first day they thank the god Indra. He was the in charge for the rain, the good climate and this thing and the peace nature.
Okay.
So he was thanked on the first day. On that first day what they do, they thank him and same as they clean up the places like the paddy fields, the houses, the temples and the shrines and all. That means we have to clean our outside environment. Same as inside the mind also we have to clean ourselves. Like we have to put good thoughts, good mentality and the darkness of the, like you say, bad things should be go out. And they burn the dirts and all.
Okay.
Like burning of that light means we are purifying ourselves. It's the first day. The second day, the main day of the Thai Pongal function or the celebration, it starts from the early morning itself. They make a holy bath, they clean up themselves and go to the shrine and they light their own shrine lamp and they do the Pongal. It's called the first rice what we get from our first harvesting. From that rice, as we call Pongal, is means like well cooked rice. The well cooked rice was offered to the sun god.
Right.
There was a special period, the first sunrise which come, we say the dawn. That time we offer it and we pray the god sun.
So this rice is made by the first harvest that is taken from the fields?
From the fields.
Okay.
And what they believe, the first rise light of the sun or the first rise which come from the sun, it's cure our diseases.
Right. Okay.
It gives the energy for our soul and our body. So we won't miss that first prayer on that day. It's very specially mentioned on the holy scriptures to be offering and the salutation for the God's sun or the Surya what we say.
So this is mainly on the second day of the Thai Pongal celebrations. From then on, how is Thai Pongal celebrated?
After that, the offering of the sun god, they go to their paddy fields and they give their salutation for the mother earth because we get everything from the earth. So after that they go to temples.
Okay.
they do their own worshippings and offerings to the gods which were situated in their village or the cities where they go to do their praise. So after that it followed by the next day, especially for nowadays we are losing our relationship, friendship and these good things. Those days they visited to their neighbors, their teachers, and for when the king's period the people visit to see the kings. So like that they made their relationship very bounded one.
So Thai Pongal, the festival, the celebrations that go on for 4 days are separated. The first day is used to clean up all the dirt and bad thoughts as well. Second day is to pay tribute to the sun god and to all the other elements of the earth that help them get their harvest. Third day they
especially go to meet the friends and all. But the third day especially kept for the thank for the cattle fields, like cows, bulls, which helps to do our harvesting and agriculture.
What are the traditions that surround the third day of
Third day especially they do like this. They give a bath to our cattle fields, like cows and bulls and all. They decorate themselves very well and they feed them fully how they want to do it, like fully they feed. After that they take their cows to the paddy fields and like walking there. And they live one day with their cows and battle and the cattle and with them to thank with them. I like cow and the cattle is a family member of that farmer. So that's how they treat the cattle. And the Hindu tradition, the cattle and cows are first representative of the gods. So when we pray them, the gods will be happy and blessing us. That's the belief we had.
So when it comes to the fourth day is dedicated to all the relatives. So this festival is centered around paying gratitude and tribute to the people, to the elements, to the cattle and everything that's around us that helped nourish us. This festival is not only celebrated by Hindu devotees. What are the other sorts of people who celebrate Thai Pongal festival?
Mostly this Thai Pongal festival was celebrated all over the world. We can get the evidence from the Vietnam, Indonesia, Java. Even though Mayan history, they had celebrated the Thai Pongal. And then nowadays, the Indians mostly, the Indians and the Sri Lankans, we are celebrating. In Sri Lanka, not only the Tamils, the Sinhalese who lives in Polonnaruwa and Anuradhapura districts, mainly the farmers, they celebrate according to their traditions and the beliefs, the customs where they live.
So what kind of customs and traditions do they have specifically in Sri Lanka in difference with the other countries?
Like in Sri Lankans, mostly the Sri Lankan Tamils, they follow the tradition. In the Hindu religion, there's a main religion based on Saivism. The Saivism system is mostly followed in Sri Lanka very well. So according to Saiva system only, mostly the northern people, eastern Tamils, they will celebrate this Thai Pongal.
So when it comes to the evolution of the Thai Pongal festival, how it was celebrated in the past and how is it celebrated today? What's the connection?
Those days the people, mostly not only the farmers, all of people in the world, they live with the nature. So Hinduism, we say that Hinduism was a religion, art of living and the religion which was based with the nature. So nowadays the people, not only the Hindus, all over the world, people are getting away from, there's a big barrier between the nature and the mankind.
Due to technology mostly?
Mostly the technology. But those ancient days also, they had a great technology because they have built at most big temples, these things.
But they were in harmony with
the environment. Most of them had a good knowledge about the space. This Thai Pongal was specially based on the routine of the sun. The sun was, according to the Hindu tradition, we say the sun was shifting from the Dhanur Rasi to Makara Rasi. The runway of we create a runway for the sun. From the runway, the sun was turning to the north part of the runway today. It's called Uttarayana. The 1 year was divided to 2 parts. First 6 months were called Uttarayana. Second 6 months were called Dakshinayana. The first 6 months were days of the light. Second 6 months of the days of the darkness. For the sun was turning for the day of the light. So it's a starting day. So it was moving from the Magara Rasi today, from the Dhanur Rasi to Magara Rasi. So according to planetary system, explain the weathers and this thing and all.
So this was in the ancient times when they did not have telescopes and other sorts of modern day equipment that they can use to trace these events of the sun.
The zodiac system, the 12 Rasis.
Okay.
So it goes to the Rasi Capricorn, I think. It's coming to Capricorn today. So that the day we celebrate the Thai Pongal.
So while people in the past used to celebrate Thai Pongal like this, how are people today trying to make amends and trying to be in harmony with the environment?
The people wish to make the harmony with the environment, but the tradition, the way how we live, the new technology, and it got changed on our lives. But still now they follow, they go to their own villages. They go to their paddy fields, which their great ancestors did the farming and all. Still some people remaining on that. So they follow on like what their mind guide them. They fulfill their own traditions.
So when it comes to the specific celebration, religious observances of course hold a very important aspect of the Thai Pongal festival. How are the religious observances conducted during this Thai Pongal festival?
During the Thai Pongal festival, like there are two systems. First they worship the prayers on their own home or the house shrine. After that they finish their worship and they go to temples. In the temples there are very big pujas and very big prayers were arranged by according to the temple traditions. Mostly it's an individual prayer day to thank the god of sun, the water, the air and this thing, 5 elements which we get from the energies and all. So especially we thank sun god because the sun was base to everything. For our holy scriptures say Adityam Sarvaloka Kartaram. That means the sun was the head of the galaxy. But we live in this like planetary section. So we bow down to the sun to give us the good energy. From all of the energy what we get from sun. The Mother Earth also help us. So mostly we pray Mother Earth, and the sun on these days. After that the gods what we worship according to our traditions.
So you said that this festival of Thai Pongal is not only celebrated by Hindu devotees but by farmers in places like Polonnaruwa and areas like that in Sri Lanka as well. How do their celebrations go?
Like the same tradition we follow. Like they do pujas on their farming places, the lands and all according to the traditions. And the same as they get the new rice, they put it into the new pot and they cook according to their tradition, like they say kiribat and this thing and all, they cook themselves. And they collect the rice to the pansala, the temples, and they offer it to the monks and all, the grains and all, like that they celebrate that.
So furthermore, speaking about Thai Pongal, of course, especially when this is a time when a lot of tourists are coming into Sri Lanka, and one thing that they do not want to miss is the Sri Lankan cuisine that goes along with the Thai Pongal festival. When it comes to food items, the sweet meats that come with the Thai Pongal festival, let's speak about that a bit as well.
Especially the Thai Pongal rice is Pongal rice. It divided two parts, the pure Pongal and the Chakra Pongal. Chakra Pongal was sugarcane mixed together. Both were cooked on that day. Same as most of the sweet items made from the sugarcane. They use the sugarcane items, and these are the food items which offer to the gods. Same as the people also they use. And there's another tradition we followed according to our this thing. What we get from our harvesting. For example, some lands we get more good harvesting. Some farmers sometimes maybe for the climate change they won't get good harvesting. But we do on this day, but we have more. It will be divided between everyone. So some farmers they grow grains and all. Some farmers they grow sugar canes. Some other they grow turmeric and this thing and all. The plantains and all. The things and goods got exchanged with themselves. And there will be a fulfillment with everyone. There's no poor, no rich.
So everybody can be on equality.
Ground. There will be equality maintained on this tradition.
So this tradition of course adds more color to the festival of Thai Pongal. We will continue this discussion after this short commercial break. Don't go anywhere, you're watching Newsline. Welcome back to Newsline. Of course, before the break, we were speaking with our guest about how the tradition of giving out what you have extra to other people is centered around this festival of Thai Pongal. Could you speak a little more about it? Because I believe that gives a lot of advice to the people in the modern day, how people in the past operated during this festive season.
Like nowadays the people, mostly we live with our own selfishness. We won't help others, and like we struck with some other habits and this thing, you know. Those days people who live with very harmony with the people's others, with the friends and neighbors and all, they help themselves.
Okay.
And they, mostly the people, they believed the farmers are the most important aspects of the society. So we have to protect the farmers first, because we get what we eat from themselves. Nowadays the agriculture, farming and are getting less. The people were not, most of the people were avoid from the agriculture. They want to go to new works and this thing and technology and this thing. So the agriculture was, the development of the agriculture was getting less. So those days people want to protect the farmers themselves, and themselves they want to fulfill their need also. So with the helping mind they moved, giving others and helping others. But we have more that should be distributed. It's like economic idea. If we save more and more, there won't be economic growth. The money or the saving should be used for a round or for a circle.
It should be circulated.
So then only we can make a strong economical and a strong culture and a strong society, which based on the every economical strong society. So they plan very well, the ancestors, to not to keep extra. So help others. The poor also on this day, they also get this thing and they also celebrate happiness. Then they believe the nature has given them a good food.
So also, speaking about the Thai Pongal festival, we spoke of how evolution and how these traditions are still secured even today, secured and practiced today. Is this tradition of giving what is extra to other people practiced today? Is this tradition still in circulation?
Nowadays it got little bit changed. Like it changed to giving gifts.
Okay.
Like we go to see our elders, our teachers, then our family members. Then it's given, transferred like a gift items, sweets and this thing. Like some other specific, like a money.
Okay.
Okay, like that tradition got changed.
So it has evolved from a festival that's being celebrated mostly amongst farmers to a celebration that's being a festival that's been celebrated among the general public in whole.
Yeah, it's a festival not only for the farmers. Farmers are the heroes of this day.
Okay.
All over the people who lives in the Sri Lanka, the Tamil especially, they celebrate it. It's a festival of the God's son, same as the festival for the farmers. And the same as the festival for the giving the gratitude for the mother nature or the mother land itself.
So speaking about the Thai Pongal festival, there are a lot of games that are associated with the Thai Pongal festival as well. Let's speak a little bit about that.
Those days they played like Jallikattu have been on. It's and the cow races and the chariot races and some other traditional martial arts. That all be practiced or the played on these days. Nowadays, the traditional martial art playing system was little bit getting less.
So, are these games still being practiced?
Yeah, most of the games were still being practiced. In India, they were practicing Jallikat and all, and Sri Lanka, it with not much around practice. But the race like cow race and this thing all be practicing, and the same as the martial art practices was not yet on. This thing and all.
So during this festival of Thai Pongal and during a lot of festivals that are celebrated here in Sri Lanka, people go out to their neighbors and then they distribute food items, disregarding race, religion and culture. You don't have to be celebrating the Thai Pongal festival specifically to receive sweetmeats and other goodies from your neighbors who will be celebrating. Is this tradition still in play here in Sri Lanka?
Yeah, still we pray because it's the most important item. But the Pongal rice, what we cook was served to our neighbors and all. What our neighbors cook, that also be served to our other neighbors. And what they do, in still we follow in Jaffna. On that place, they all get together in the paddy fields.
Okay.
They bring their cooked rice all together.
Okay.
Put it into the banana leaf. For a one banana leaf, they are put. And they collect it into one leaf. And they share that in themselves.
Okay.
One elderly woman or the elderly people, they share the foods. First foods are given to the small ones. Then only for the elders. Like that traditions they follow.
Right. So all the food items that are cooked by the entire village are brought into one place.
One places, and they distribute themselves.
So what is the objective of this tradition?
Because like we say, when we eat, we have to eat with the neighbors, or we eat with the children. First they should be fed. So like they face some guests who comes from other villages should be treated very well. So Hindu tradition we say Aditi Devo Bhava. The guest must be treated as God.
Okay.
So these days, mostly those days, on the ancient day, the farmers visited to other villages.
Right.
Like one village to one village. There will be a friendly mind was developed by the farmers together. So that tradition only later on became.
Now it has evolved and it has come
to one place, and they.
So it could be said that the fact that Sri Lankans are so hospitable could stem from traditions like this being practiced in ancient Sri Lanka as well.
Yeah, they were the historical period. The kings were mostly promoting these traditions.
Okay.
After that, nowadays also we had this tradition. Mostly the like we can say that part of the tradition may be changed, but the entire motive of the tradition we are following still.
So when you say the kings of Sri Lanka used to celebrate these traditions, kings specifically in the north and the east, or
all over Sri Lanka? All over Sri Lanka, the kings who were there on the throne, they celebrated these festivals, because from the historical evidence we had like the information how they celebrated. It's a grand festival. More than 1 week they had been celebrating this.
Oh, so they have been celebrating this festival for more than 1 week?
1 week.
But then now it's down to 4 days?
Now 4 days.
But here in Sri Lanka, how long do we celebrate
it? Those days, according to this thing, they had, according to their tradition, the government rules, they had been celebrating. But especially for the religious occasion, the 4 days were followed.
So when it comes to decorations now, when I was coming to office and yesterday while I was going back home, I saw a lot of decorations. How are these decorations set up?
Through the mango leaves, sugar canes, and the turmeric plants, and same as on the like we get from the coconut leaves, and these all are used to decorate. What we get from the nature, natural items are used to decorate.
So nothing artificial is being used?
Yeah, artificial items doesn't used to this puja, so they doesn't use for the Pongal, this thing. All what we get, even though the Pongal pot is made by the clay, but they believe for a pot if you want to make, there should be a water, there should be a sand, there should be a space, and the energy of the fire, we say the 5 elements. These are used to that. The pot was made by the 5 elements. The pot was symbol of the 5 elements.
Right, so nothing artificial is being used. So this is a one-of-a-kind festival, because we see for a lot of other festivals, a lot of artificial flags and other decorations are being used. But for this festival, you only use natural items. Natural items,
especially we use the first husk of the paddy field.
Okay.
We get it and we make a bunch of them tied in the entrance of the house. Everyone who goes from the temple to the house, they touch that.
And what is the motive behind this tradition?
But this thing is, we are thinking ourselves like we are fulfillness. We are get everything to our, the wealth is with us. So there's a word Thai Pirandal Vali Pirakkum. That means in Tamil, if month of Thai comes, the Thai Pongal comes, our career, our own way should be opened. Like there's no barriers to our victory.
Okay.
The barriers are broken down, and the victory, we are seeing our own victory, like our development. So that we believe on that day. The wealth is with us.
So when you spoke about people visiting other houses, today on the day of Thai Pongal, when a visitor comes to your house, what are the general traditions that you...
So we welcome at the entrance and we give the tambulam. Tambulam means the betel leaf and the betel nut. And we will welcome them to the house, and first we take them to the shrine. They worship our own shrine which were kept in a house,
Oh, so the first preference is given to religion.
Religion. After that, they come to the hall and they get together. They speak their own this thing and all happiness. Then jokes and all will be stories. What were happening on their past and this thing. After that, there will be a big feast. The lunch or the sweets will be offered to the relatives or who are the guest. And after that, the gifts are transaction. Like who comes also, they bring gifts. The people who are staying in the house also, they give return gift. So that there will be a big harmony with them and the happiness.
So today, how this tradition is being celebrated? Is it being celebrated only among relatives, or do people just enter other people's houses?
Yeah, like the special this day, I have to thank the Sri Lankan people, because nowadays, not only nowadays, from the ancient days to still now, we were related with the all. Everybody, like there's no different with Muslim friends, the Sinhalese friends, or the Tamil friends. Especially nowadays, we invite mostly the youngsters. They invite the college friends, the college mates,
who are from various religions
and various this thing. There's no boundaries for the religion. There's no boundaries for the race. There's no boundaries for the caste. All are equality on this day, and all are the friends. All are the children of the Mother Earth.
So at a time when our country is speaking about reconciliation and uniting as one and representing our country as one Sri Lankans, what's a message that you can leave finally? Because we're in the final minutes of our show. Any final message you can leave?
Yeah, the final message what I release is the Thai Pongal festival is specially for the giving the gratitude for the nature. So we should be thankful for our nature, because we get all from our nature. Second thing is the day for the relationship with among the societies, the communities which live in Sri Lanka. And the day for thanking for the cattle and others, not only the mankind, the creatures, animals which lives in this earth, we are thanking to them. From that, we get the great blessings of Lord Shiva, the supreme god of the Hindu tradition.
So that you heard from Darshaka Sharma, the Vice Secretary of the Hindu Priest Association here in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much for joining us on our show this morning. And that's it, unfortunately, of course, from Newsline. We've come to the end of our show. Once again, a very happy Thai Pongal festival out to all those who celebrated. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching Newsline. Take care until tomorrow, and God bless.